box of fridge magnet letters I bought had a D and a B in it that were identical when you superimposed them on top of each other. So they were the exact same shape and color, just mirror images of each other. I thought it would be interesting to see if the chickens could tell these two mirror images apart from each other. In the past, I found that if the chickens can't figure out a new task in a few days, they never figure it out. But I found with this test that the chickens were a little bit different. They seemed to do okay to start out. They would gradually get a little bit better. I would work with them for a few minutes a day for a few weeks, and there was slight improvement. They never got really good at it. Some chickens would do really well on some days. And after a few weeks, I thought, okay, some of the chickens are doing really well, so I'm going to make a trial and test them and see how they're doing. So for this test, I would give each chicken 6 chances to get it right. And I would draw the D and the B randomly out of a bag to see which would go on the left and which would go on the right. And then I would see how many times the chickens would get it right. But I found that even after all this practice and them seeming to get better, when I actually did the trial, out of the 36 total tries, they only got 18 right, so exactly 50%. And I wondered why this was. And I'm pretty sure that what happened is when I was practicing with the D and the B, I used the same letters. So the D got continually pecked and it became a little bit discolored. It became a little bit frayed in the edges, and it had little kind of tiny little dents in it from being pecked. And I think the chickens learned to tell the letters apart based on the shape and the color and the little dents rather than the way the letter was facing. Because when I did the trial, I got a brand new D and a brand new D, just to make sure that this wasn't a factor. And once I changed to the brand new letters, they seemed to completely forget how to do it. So I'm pretty sure after doing this that the chickens cannot tell a D from a B. They cannot tell one mirror image from another. I did find one interesting thing from the trial, though. And that is, although they only had 50% accuracy, so they pecked the D half the time and the B half the time, they pecked the letter that was on the right-hand side 78% of the time. Now, I did see this type of thing once before in the last batch of chickens I had, and I tried to teach them something that they didn't seem to be able to figure out. And in that group, they pecked the right-hand object about 3/4 of the time, too. So it seems to be consistent from one group of chickens to the other in different tasks. I'm not sure exactly why this is, but my suspicion is it's because chickens have different eyesight in each eye. According to the internet, the right eye is for looking at things up close and the left eye is for looking at things far away. So it kind of makes sense that if they're making choices up close, they might drift to the right a little bit.